In this presentation, we'll show and demonstrate the creation and use of a programmer-defined function. Here we see the results of a Python program running, and the objective of that program is to inform the user if a provided year is a leap year or not. Since I plan to use this leap year feature time and again, I decided I will develop a function to tell me if a given year is a leap year or not, and therefore I will be able to use that function time and again in my subsequent programs. Here you see the function that I developed to tell me if a given year is a leap or not. I started with a def, the name of the function, which is year leap in this case, and inside the parentheses, function requires a value, an integer value, that will represent, or it will hold if you want, the year function to determine if that year is a leap year or not. And inside that function, inside that program, are the commands, is the code that determines if a given year is a leap year or not. I want to point out that this is an oversimplified and not accurate program, but for simplification reasons, I just use if something is divided by 4, I will consider that as a leap year. This line here, it says if the given year is divided by 4 and there is no remainder, the year is a leap year. If there is a remainder, year is not a leap year. I, the programmer, decide to write a program. As usually, I have to give a name, etc., etc., etc. And then I'm going to use that program whenever I need to perform, in this case, the determination if a year is a leap or not. Now, let's see the entire program that is using my function. Here I have, in the same module, the function as well as the program that is using the function. Functions may be outside of the module, in kind of a library, but we're going to leave them on the same module for the time being. Lines 1 through 11 is the program, and lines 14 through 20, if you want, is the function. Line 6 invokes the function and assigns the value that the function returns to the variable named isLeap. I want to point out that when you design the function, you have to decide if the function, if your function, in order to work properly, requires information to come into the function from whomever, or from whatever program is using the function. If that's the case, if the function needs information from outside of itself, from outside of the function, we put this data, or a datum if it's one, within the parentheses. So in this example, the function isYearLeap requires one integer value. We use the parameter int_year to represent this required information. And then we use that value to see if it's divided by 4 in line 16, and if this is correct, if this is true, rather, we return yes, otherwise we return no. When on line 6, when on line 6 we invoke, we call the services, let's say, of the function, we send to the function the value of the variable YR, which holds whatever year we typed in. When the Python program encounters the function, it will look for that name, it will look for that function, do whatever the function has to do, and then when the function encounters the return, or if there is no return, by default it will go back to where the program left from the main program and continue from that point on. Line 6 will return a Y, or will return an N for yes or no, and based on this we'll print that the year is a leap year or the year is not a leap year. And that is for now. Thank you.